Welcome to Brown Sock.
Stupid Tuesday.
Thanks for interrupting.
Thanks, Loren.
It's Brown Sock Tuesday, guys, but it's actually
the
Thursday.
It's the night before 4th of July.
Yeah.
Thursday.
Oh yeah, Monster. I already have one open.
Me too.
Oh well.
So,
Let's just
what sock day would it be for you? Like, I know
today.
Yeah.
By the way,
it's Thursday. So.
By the way, who's here today?
Oh yeah, all four of us are here today. So.
Well, for the main,
You know,
the
Pelican.
Jacob, the Pelican, the Loren, and the Daniel.
The Daniel.
And
The
I love the Daniel.
Okay, but wait, where was I going with this? Oh yeah,
4th of July
today
stories.
socks.
Socks. I
See,
guess.
Tuesday's brown, red, orange today, orange Thursday.
Perfect.
Okay, well anyway, it's almost 4th of July, and by the time this comes out, it will be 4th of July.
After.
It'll be
It'll
after.
be
Probably.
Yeah, it'll be after. And well, yeah, we're gonna talk about some stories that we have from previous 4th of Julys in celebration of this 4th of July.
Flashbacks.
4th of July flashback. So, I use fireworks a lot.
Because
Sometimes even when it's not 4th of July.
Yeah.
I have found out that I stopped using fireworks the way they're meant to be used about 8 years ago.
Yeah.
just like any 10-year-old.
Pretty much, yeah. I think they're more fun when you don't use the way they're supposed to be used. If you jump over the ones that are like fountains and throw the popping ones at your friends, or like the ones that
Spin.
spin,
Shooting bottle rockets at each other.
sticking sparklers in people's shirts.
You know.
Well, that's just terrible.
Oh, so I was buying fireworks with my family. We're walking through this huge firework tent, and I'm like, you know, this is a pretty open area. Someone lights a lighter in here. This place is coming down. And I was like walking through.
I wonder if there's any stories of that actually happening, because
I
I've
don't
never heard
I'm
anything
sure
like
there
that.
is.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah,
I've never
probably.
heard anything. That would be kind
I'm
of
sure that person lost their
Dude.
license.
Imagine if one of those firework tents caught on fire.
Yeah.
They'd be like,
That's
the
what I was
best
thinking, I was like-
4th of July ever.
It's like, I hope this thing doesn't catch on fire when we're in
Everyone
here.
just watches that.
Like, they don't sell the
No, you have to have
firecrackers, so
you can't have
low.
the only in Oregon the legal limit for fireworks for pyrotechnics inside of a firework for home use is 500 grams. After
Okay.
that, you have to have your pyrotechnics license.
What?
For fire inside of a fire.
Fire inside.
What? I meant
Explosives inside of a firework.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to have your
Oh,
pyrotechnics license after 500 grams of explosives.
If in Oregon it's
that's
illegal to
fire.
light fireworks on the beach, I guess.
Yeah.
So
That one time.
one time we saw a celebration that was viewable from the beach, and there was this group of people next to us lighting off fireworks, and
The ones that are legal in Oregon.
yeah. So the cops approached, and we saw this one dude take like, I don't know, 3 or 4 pounds of fireworks, open the back of his pants, and just shove them in his pants.
Oh my
When
god.
the cops came up, he's a big dude, and he's just like, I'm just gonna hide these.
Yeah, it was really
Like,
funny.
You're not fooling anyone.
So,
dude.
was that the year that we talked to the Banana Man? Like the guy in all like an all yellow rain suit?
See, now you have to tell the story.
I
'cause you
plan
mentioned the
to.
banana
I
man.
plan to, because it was on the 4th of July. Lauren and I had went to Bandon Lighthouse to watch fireworks one time. I'm thinking it was then, because I remember talking to this
Banana.
guy. Or no, I didn't talk to the Banana Man, but there was just this guy in a, like, it wasn't even raining. It wasn't very cloudy. It was partly cloudy, but this guy was in a full rain suit.
Okay.
Full yellow and everything, and he was just sitting there, and he had a habanero in his left hand, and he kept
yeah.
he just
I remember this dude.
like he finished the first jalapeno, and didn't he like have
Is it a
another one?
habanero or a jalapeno?
It was a jalapeno. Sorry, it was
Use
green.
that.
It was
Stop
green.
changing
Sorry,
your story.
I meant to say jalapeno first. But I remember Lauren and I walked away for a minute, and when we like looked back, because we had to go to the bathroom and whatnot, he had another freaking jalapeno. Like, it just burst out of nowhere.
This dude was just in a full yellow suit, just eating jalapenos. God damn it.
It was the funniest thing, but the reason that I even thought of that story was the other guy that we had talked to at that point. Like, we were walking to the bathroom or something.
You just
go
said
around.
Loren went to the bathroom, so I
Yeah.
assume you
Oh,
were
bathroom.
walking to the bathroom.
But they're on the way there, stopped and talked to this guy after I came out for some reason. And I was like, so,
Because you're like, hey.
happy Independence Day. And he's like, or I said, have a good Independence Day. And he's like, don't tell me what to do. And I was like,
Okay.
well, I hope you have a good Independence Day. And he's like, what do you mean independent? I'm married.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
then.
that dude was awesome.
That guy was really funny.
But the reason why I brought up that night mostly was because there's these people who throw fire, and they'll have like balls of fire on chains that they like fling
Yeah.
around. It's like a circus act type thing, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen them?
Yes. I don't know what they're called, but yeah.
Yeah, fire throwers.
Fire.
Fire
There's
players.
fire eaters, there's fire throwers. This dude had gauges in his ears that were like 6 inches long.
Jesus.
They were ridiculous.
Oh my god.
And
He threw one of them through the.
yeah,
That's fucking awesome.
Oh my
he was
god.
flinging these flame balls around. One of them goes through his ear gauge and just wraps around and dangles and scolds the side of his face.
Oh my
He's
god.
just like,
I thought he meant to do that. But
no, nope.
And that is why you do not gauge your ears.
That
Or
big.
play with fire. And if you're gonna do one of those
Or
two
both.
things, don't do them at the
both.
same time.
A friend of a person that me and Loren both know, he juggles fire with his family. Their family does it during the summers. His mom's a teacher, and they juggle fire. It's really cool. He's gonna teach me how to eat fire someday.
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 If he doesn't die.
Oh god, I couldn't imagine doing that.
It's really just
Like, I know it's like, I don't know.
You know, it's
I
like,
wouldn't
I
have
know
much-
it's like, I don't know.
I wouldn't have that much fun doing it. Just like,
I feel like a
fire.
badass.
Like,
It'd be a cool party trick, right?
I feel good enough just sitting around a fire. Like, that's enough for me.
I must consume it.
So,
So I was gonna sell a story.
So was
He
Pelican.
was going first.
Actually,
Yeah.
he was first.
Actually, when I started talking about the tent, I got cut off. I was gonna actually
Oh,
tell
okay.
a story.
Then
about
Never mind.
that.
I was like, you
Then
just
go
cut
ahead.
him off.
Because
So,
Sorry about that.
I was so cut off.
rude.
No, and I was like, I was walking through the tent, and I see these swords. They're like firework swords. And I'm like, that's a horrible idea.
That's a great idea. Are you kidding me?
But I was like,
Think of the YouTube videos.
yeah.
Let's make a movie.
But I'm thinking is like, some kid is gonna scald his little brother.
Be like, people swallow swords. Let's swallow a flaming sword, Robbie.
And then they're just gonna get like, and then there's just be a huge lawsuit. And I was thinking, it's like, they're freaking idiots.
I don't know. I mean, sparklers
Yeah, I know.
Sparklers are still legal.
burn down to your fingers at like 1,200 degrees.
Yeah.
That's why they have the stick on the
People
end.
hardly ever get hurt with those.
Unless you pack them all together and then they just basically explode and it's awesome.
Those are fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, can't remember the last time I used fireworks like they're supposed to be.
I didn't actually buy fireworks last year.
I haven't bought fireworks ever.
Yeah, I haven't bought any in a long time.
I bought
Yeah.
2 fireworks this year. That was just because one of
I
them.
think the last time I used fireworks is when me and Lauren and Dan went camping and we used a pack like this one of
Threw 'em off.
flower bloomers. We just threw them off a bridge into a river in the middle of the night, and that was
Yeah.
probably like
Very
2,
illegal.
3 months ago.
Nation member, Bodie and I used to like have competitions with those to see who could hold them the longest without getting burnt. And his started spinning in his hand, and he still held it for like half a second afterwards. And then he let go, and he was like, "Ow, I win!" And I was like, "Yeah, you do. Good job."
Me and Daniel were lighting little exploded ones that explode. I don't know what they're called.
Firecrackers.
Fireworks.
Oh, the ground bloomers that explode.
Yeah, the ground numbers that explode. And I accidentally held one for too long and exploded in my hand.
Nice.
So I was like, no, I can't feel my fingers.
Oh. Man.
By the way, if you have the ones that don't explode, all you gotta do is like take one and you beat it a little bit till the powder is kind of rough, and then you duct tape it, and it'll explode.
Yeah, I used to do that a lot. That was
You didn't
pretty
hear it
fun.
from us though.
But we like to beat the powder out of them into a pile and then light that on fire.
It was
Take
really
the
fun when
fuses.
I did this recently. Like, I've had an old pack of the ground bloomers and stuff for a while. I took the powder out of 3 of them when my dad was like burning garbage in a garbage barrel or whatnot. And I put all of it in my hand and I threw it at the fire and it just it was really cool.
That reminds me,
It made that noise too, like that exact noise.
that reminds me when my
It was a man sounding. It was like
It turned into a man saying,
anyways, the whole fire thing reminds me that when my grandma had to go to
rehab.
no what no to be in a care home. We had to clean out her house,
Rehab.
and like there was so much junk that we just made a huge fire and was just burning everything. We were throwing like cans of food in there, and they started exploding.
yeah, they do
Yeah.
that.
We're tired of keeping your
It was-
shit, Grandma.
It was freaking awesome. It was funny because after the first couple, we were like, "What was that? We don't know." And then we figured out what it was, and like me and my brother, and my cousins started throwing more cans in there because we wanted them to explode.
You figured out what it was just because a can of beans comes flying out with like beans at the trail. That'd be really funny.
Fire is a can opener.
Yeah,
My
we
teeth.
want everything to
Fire's
be
a
basically
can
just
opener.
burnt already.
My teeth is a hand opener.
Speaking of cans and potential injury, I was opening a can. We didn't have a can opener when we were
Camping.
Really?
Um,
Nerds.
I was opening with a pocket knife, and for some reason, like I had a can opener bit up, and
Yeah,
I slammed it down with my hand, and I still have a scab from it. And that was like 2-3 weeks ago almost, right?
That's
That
crazy.
was like 2 weeks ago.
That was,
Yeah.
2 weeks
I mean,
ago.
when I'm at work, I get
Yeah,
my legs
I know.
cut up pretty bad.
because I started work.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I get my legs cut up pretty bad when I'm at work sometimes. And they'll stay around for... Like, I still have cuts on my legs from 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just very odd sometimes.
Yeah, when you're in Boy Scouts, you get all kinds of like
Injuries.
weird gadgets that are awesome.
Go gadget!
I have-
Boy Scout.
I have this can opener that's also like a razor and a knife. It
Yeah,
weighs,
we all got that thing.
it weighs
right?
like 0.0001 grams, and it's awesome. I don't know what Daniel did with his, but
I still have
sick.
mine in its bag.
They're pretty cool. They're named
Yeah.
after an airplane or whatever. I don't understand it.
B-52.
Something
Anyways.
like that.
When I was like 8 or 10 or something, I'm not sure because it was a really long time ago. I went to see my grandparents, and at the time they lived in they lived in Missouri, and we went and we bought a bunch of fireworks there because fireworks pretty much buy 'em all the time there, and
What
so
else is
we
there
had-
to do in
We
Missouri?
bought like a bunch of bottle rockets and stuff because that was just there, and
Dude, I love bottle rockets so
and
much.
I didn't really know what to buy, but they were letting me just like pick out what firework I wanted, and like I saw these like weird diamond shaped ones, and I was like, oh cool, they'll just like spin on the ground, so they're like a flower bloomer but bigger. So anyways, we bought those, and throughout the night we were just setting off the regular bottle rockets like all night long, and then I was like, oh wait, I have those other fireworks, so I go and I grab it, and we put it on the ground and light it on fire, and it starts to spin. And then it shoots into the air
Oh,
and explodes like 10 feet off the air. And it was
that's awesome. So it's like
It
one
was-
of those things in Oblivion that just they spin around when you get close to it and blow up and blow up.
He's
have-
never played...
I have no clue
He's
what
never
you're
been
talking
in an
about.
Oblivion
Then
game.
you understand what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
I know what
then,
you're
right?
talking about.
The
Yeah.
mines
Yeah, but-
Yeah.
and the planes.
But it was crazy, and I was like, oh my god, why didn't I buy more of these? Because there was like a 5-pack, and I only bought like 2.
Yeah,
That sucks.
man. Did I ever tell you guys about the time when I fell on a dagger?
No.
No.
Did I ever tell you about the time I got stuck in a trailer closet? That was also in Missouri.
You're always in the closet.
I don't know why I thought about. Maybe it's the injuries that made me think about the time I fell on a dagger. But my brother had like this model dagger
Yeah.
from something, and he left it on the floor. And
I do remember this story.
I walked in and tripped on something, fell down, got back up.
Ow.
No, I was just like, oh shit, I fell. Okay. sat down in my chair, and I was watching TV, and I had my hands on my knees because I was getting into it. I don't know what I was watching, but I was watching TV.
He was watching the roast.
I was getting into
It
it.
was probably the roast of something.
Because that's the time you used to watch the roast all the
Those
time.
are hilarious. But
He still watches them all the
I
time.
watch them. Yeah.
Oh.
I like the James Franco one.
Yeah, that's great.
But
anyways,
I don't have TV.
I put my hands on my knees while I was watching, and I reached for my soda, took a drink, put my soda down, and as I was bringing my hand back to set it on my knee, I realized that it was like pure red and dripping blood, and I was like, something's not right about this. And I was like, where have my hands been? Because there's no cuts or anything on my hand. And I look down at my knee, and there's this huge gash in my knee that's just like gouging blood and like spilling everywhere. And I was like, oh. And then it hurt.
That's how it is sometimes
Yeah.
too. It doesn't hurt until you see it.
Notice it.
that reminds me of a story. So I was walking down my steps in my house.
To memory lane.
Christopher Walken.
Not Christopher Walken. I wasn't Christopher Walken.
I was
Winter
walking
Wonderland.
down my stairs.
You see, anyways.
Oh, you should do this whole story in a Christopher Walken accent.
You should not.
I really
You're
suck
bad at it.
Yeah, I'm really
Okay.
bad at it.
Practice it and then tell it later.
No.
Or tell it now in a regular voice.
Yeah.
I was walking, and I tripped like the second to last stair down, and one of my hands, there's windows on either side of my door. One of my hands hit my door. The other of my hand went through my window. Because that was before we renovated my house, and we had really thin windows from the original building of the house. So my hand just went right through it. I'm like, oh, I'm
Ow.
bleeding. Grab my wrist, and I was like, above my head. I'm like, hey, Dad. He's like, what? I'm like, call Mom.
My hand kind of went through a window.
Kind of bleeding. Probably need stitches.
You know.
Did you need stitches?
Stuff.
Yeah, I got like 6.
So
Oh,
how'd you
that
get
sucks.
locked in a what?
Okay, so at the same time I was in Missouri with the whole fireworks thing, me and my cousin and my brother were staying in the trailer that was outside. And the trailer had a closet, and like, I don't know, we were messing around or something, but I got like pushed in the closet and they closed the door on me.
You got trapped in the closet.
The lock broke and I was stuck in there. I was stuck in there for like an hour, and me and my cousin were like telling my brother, go get somebody inside to help me get out because you locked me in here and it's your fault. He wouldn't go for like an hour until somebody finally just came out to the trailer to check on us. And I was stuck in there the whole time. It sucked.
How old were you?
I don't know.
I'm in here.
No, I don't know, like 8 or 10.
No.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I have a story that's kind of like that. There was a little bit under a stairs in my grandparents' house when I
Little
used to
bit.
live there for a bit.
Just a
Yeah, I
little
like
bit.
saying bit.
Well,
A little bit.
under the stairs, there's like a little closet thingy, and my brother and I shared that room when we were living there for like a few months and stuff. And like our beds were about 4 or 5 feet from it, and they were bunk beds. And he's like, "So I left something in there for you."
Terrible.
And being like 7 or 6, what I was like, "Oh really?" Walked in, and he closed it behind me and pushed the beds up against it. And I was in there, and I was like pounding on the thing, and like my grandpa and my grandma and my mother were all outside smoking a cigarette, and they're upstairs on the balcony
Yeah.
or whatnot. And after about 10 minutes, they're like, "What's that banging?"
And then an evil
They like
frown.
walk downstairs, and they just hear bang bang, and like my brother's sitting on the bed smiling, and
Yeah. I get it.
They were just-
older siblings.
they were older siblings
best.
are
Just older sibling
Also,
things.
best friends is another thing because we locked Nation member Kelly in the closet once with a chair.
he's still there.
The chair.
Yeah, he's still there. No. Yeah, like a couple years ago, he was looking for something in our closet, and we're like, "What you doing, Kelly?" And he's like, "I was looking for my and we're like, "Oh yeah, why don't you come out?" And we had like this chair just under the doorknob, and he's like, "Why?" Oh, God dang it.
It reminds me. My older brother, one time, we had at our house, our shower door, like the bathroom door wouldn't lock. So I was taking a shower one time. And my older brother had silly string, and I don't know how many people realize this, but silly string smells disgusting as fuck.
Oh yeah,
It's also highly flammable.
Yeah, I was showering, just going about my shower. Brother comes in, sprays the entire can on me in the shower.
Hilarious.
clothe yourself.
That's so funny.
And I was like, because it was like
Choke on
it. It was a really small spot, so I was like getting gassed. And my brother. And I couldn't leave because he was on the other side of the shower door holding it and spraying over it. And then he threw like an egg at me.
Where did the egg come from?
And then some flour and some feathers. Or
I
tar.
was like,
Flower.
Where are you tar? He's like, tar.
Here's
some tar. Here's some feathers.
and like, I was like coughing and I puked. I don't know, when I cough, I puke.
Did you puke in the shower?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Well, at least he was in the shower. Easy cleanup.
I was like, and then my brother left, and then I turned on the fan.
At least you were in the shower, right?
Yeah, and I was like, oh god.
It's like, just let me get this egg
What would you
out my
have done
hair.
if you ran out of the shower? You're like, you're in the cleanest place already.
Yeah, and it was disgusting.
Yeah.
That the whole being stuck in the closet.
Light yourself on fire.
No.
Water. Could cool it off. Like instantly.
I don't want 3rd-degree burns.
No, it wouldn't be 3rd degree. It'd probably get the second, but...
Sorry.
Let me sing you the song of my people.
Oh, the burps.
All right. Well, a couple 4th of Julys ago, we were really bored because we didn't have any good fireworks. So we decided we would take these. The fireworks that stand up and they like make the loud whistling noise.
Yeah,
Piccolo
whistly.
Pete's.
So, anyways, what we would do?
Screaming Willie!
Yeah, I know, but they have different names just for anybody who doesn't know. Anyways, what they do is you take it and you take a hammer to it and you pound it out.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and they explode at the end.
No. You pound them out, and that gets them loose, and then you have to break off the plastic base part of it, and then you turn them upside down. When you light them, they shoot like bottle rockets, and then they explode.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, we did that once outside my front yard one summer or one 4th of July because we didn't have fireworks that were good. So we decided to do that. And one of them shot back at us, and it exploded like right next to our faces. And we're like, we probably shouldn't do that anymore. And then we're like, no, we'll just point them the other way. They don't go straight.
No.
That kind of is what happened
It is-
with some bottle rockets that I had.
Yeah, well, bottle rockets go straight.
Except for, like, generally you, like, put them in a bottle, or you'll, like, stick them in the ground barely for them to shoot
Or
off
just
in the
hold them
distance.
really loosely.
Yeah,
like a
or do
man.
that. But what I did was I waited until it was right at the end, and I flicked it, and it spun around twice, and shot and hit me right in the middle of the chest. It was like, and it popped, like, on the tip of my finger, and I was
That's
just,
hilarious.
Yeah, I think that's great. I think I did that with my friend. Yeah, I did that with my friend Andy when I went with him to Mississippi, and we did that. Oh my gosh. We were doing that for like 5 minutes. We're like, okay, we're just gonna chuck these in the air, and whoever runs loses.
So, one time, the first time I'd ever used a bottle rocket, I'd never seen them before. It was like, oh, you just hold and light it. So I held it and light it.
And it didn't go anywhere.
And then it exploded. You're like, what is this for?
it's like,
Why'd you do that? I was like, you guys are assholes. You're like, you weren't supposed to hold it so tightly. Like, thanks for that knowledge.
Yeah, great.
like, just with bottle rocket, you'd assume that it flies,
Well,
but...
they didn't tell me anything. They were like, oh, here, light this.
Okay,
I was
that makes
like-
a little bit more sense.
Yeah, I was like, fuck you guys.
I had to retire one of my arrows, so I strapped a bunch of different...
C4.
Wait, where did
No,
the thing get C4?
like a bunch of different
Preston
ground
ones.
bloomers, like 6 or 7, on the shaft of this arrow because like the tip broke off and there was no way I could salvage it.
Put it on the shaft.
And I was like, how do I light all of these at once?
You
With
the fuses
gas.
together.
No, I didn't use gas. I had an
Just kerosene.
aerosol can and I had a lighter. And I got the lighter and the aerosol can on the top of
I want to tell the story.
on the top of a cliff at Whiskey Run with my bow, and I was like, I'll have the arrow knocked and ready and stuff. And Isaiah's standing next to me, and he's like, okay, and I'll just light it, and he lights it, and like goes from the tip to the bottom, but there was one at the tip that didn't work. So he like went back to the tip. All of them started going as I was starting to pull back, and I burnt my finger a little bit. Just that's it, and it went into the surf.
Oh god, I burnt my finger a little bit.
It looked so badass flying into the ocean.
I bet it did.
So, I have a story about aerosol
That
cans
was like
and lighters.
But the whole hype with Dan's story is I burnt my
awesome.
finger a little bit.
I didn't burn myself that much.
Singed.
It's like it started to hurt, and I was like, "Ow!" Let go. Just and
Well,
I went,
okay, that was so. Me and Loren were hanging out.
Oh,
That's why we weren't making
And who
out.
else was there? I don't remember.
Austin and Casey.
Yeah, Austin
my
Casey.
brother.
Yeah, and Loren hands me this. Like,
Okay, no.
I had this aerosol can.
Austin,
Let's tell the story
Austin-
together.
Austin and Casey were hanging out at my house, and Jacob walks by. He's like, "What are you doing?" And we're like, "This." We had a can of Axe and some spray, and we're like,
A can of Axe and some spray.
and
Lighter.
lighter,
Some
So,
fire.
yeah, okay. Well, that wouldn't get very far. 2 sprays, just spray each other. No.
It makes such a great smell.
Chemical
Austin has
reaction.
this lighter called the super lighter,
Oh yeah,
which he like mechanically engineered.
So
to like
I know how to do that.
he has this one lighter. He engineers it to where if he takes another lighter and lights it, then the flame gets like 3 times as big, and then he can take the other lighter away and it stays that large. But
Yeah, I've seen those.
I mean,
He
all
was-
the time.
he brought that over. He was like, "Guys, look at this," and we're like, "That's cool. Let's test it." So Jacob walking by,
Little
and he's like, "Hey
scientist,
guys, what are
you."
you doing?" And we're like, "This," and he's like, "Oh, that's pretty cool. Can I try?"
And then
And we're like, "Go for it."
and I did it, and I just got this huge fire going.
He held it for so long. He held onto it, and his hands started to hurt. And so he was in pain because it was hot, and he couldn't let go. And he was just like, "Ah! Ah!" He turns to us. We're standing in front of the house, and we're like, turn away, you're gonna catch the house on fire. And he can't let go, he's just screaming like, the axe can started to melt to my hand. The can started to melt to his hand before he could let go. But he was just holding it, screaming for a full 6 seconds. Turns to us at the house, we're like, turn away.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So what did he end up doing?
Getting burnt.
Yeah,
Oh.
I had like a 2nd-degree burn on my hand.
It was awesome.
Do you have a scar from that?
No, not that's visible. Actually, yeah, no, that's just
Tit.
It
Tad
was
bit,
really-
rather.
A tit?
If you don't know, Jacob is lifting up his nipple or shirt to show his nipple. To reveal the little burn under it.
Something's gone horribly wrong on the podcast.
that story.
That was fun.
Okay, yeah, that's my.
Today, I think we've lifted our shirts up more than any other day that we've hung out. Where's that door open?
Well, there was that one time
There.
when we were out camping. We just like walked up the mountain with our shirts off.
Yeah, Loren
We weren't
wasn't
there.
there for that. We went to
Loren-
the top of the mountain and we screamed at people that weren't in there.
Yeah, it was fun. Good times.
Fuck you, Hitler!
I don't think we said that. I think it was just Dan.
What did we?
We
What
just
did we
yelled. We didn't.
Oh yeah, we
We just
did.
yelled and then Dan's like, "Say fuck you, Hitler." And Jacob's like,
No, I
"What?"
didn't.
Yeah, you did. You did. You told me to.
Did I actually?
Yeah.
I don't remember that at all.
And then you climbed up on top of one of the high tension wire things.
That doesn't sound like me.
That
Well,
sounds
the climbing
exactly
does,
like
but the
Sounds like
Hitler thing
you.
doesn't.
No, it kind of sounds like you.
That was exactly like you, Dan.
Oh my goodness. Well,
It was an interesting camping trip.
I bet. Man, I haven't been camping in a while.
Yeah, I'd like to go again.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really fun. I really
Can
enjoyed
we
it.
tell about when Dan got shit on?
Oh god.
Do it.
I totally forgot about this story. No.
Oh, okay.
Did we? No. Yes.
Me, Daniel, and Pelican went camping with Daniel's dad, and the first night, the first night, yes, it happened.
terrible.
It was so awesome.
I was thinking about what it was,
The
and then I realized what it is, and I'm just
the
like,
tent.
oh.
Our tent got laid down on a sack of shit.
So basically what happened is we drove for like an hour out to our campsite, and then we just started to unload stuff where we were gonna camp.
The worst thing about... Okay, go on a little
what?
bit, but...
His dogs.
So
His
Dan has dogs, and we
out
brought
first
them along, and we got them out first so they could like stretch and whatever and
and go
stuff.
shit.
And anyways, the first thing we were gonna do was set up our tents because we wanted to set them up before it got dark. So we get the tarps out and we're putting things down and stuff, and then we get our tent, and Dan's like, "Oh, let me just put it down over here."
No, that's not what happened. Loren set it down.
Oh yeah, I was
He
right.
set it down, and I was like, no, wait, we need it over here. And he picks it up and hands it to me, and I was like, something smells really bad.
And then he like
I
looks
know.
around,
I
he
look
like
around, and I'm
he pulled
holding
the
it.
bag to his side and was like looking around for it on the ground, and then he looks at his pants. He's like,
Oh.
and it was
The most
hilarious.
exaggerated, over the top thing ever. He was just like, oh.
It wasn't a sad.
not
I
even
was like,
camping.
are you kidding
Not
me?
even there for 5 minutes.
And I get shit on.
We like just got out of the truck, and he's like, he has shit smeared down his right thigh.
I took all of my clothes off and danced around a bit. No, I went down to the river and I was just like, ah, this sucks.
The funniest part to me is that I picked that bag up and I handed it to Daniel, and I was perfectly fine. And there was shit on the handle too.
It was on the other
Somehow
side
I
of
didn't
it.
touch it.
It wasn't on the handle.
No, there was a little bit on the
Okay,
handle.
there was a little bit on the corner of the handle. I didn't get any on my hand. I got some on my jacket. Thank God I was wearing a jacket because I only packed like 3 shirts for some reason.
It smells. Oh,
It smells horrible.
it was so bad.
So that reminds me, earlier today,
Terrible.
me and Loren were hanging out,
That's
and
why we weren't making.
my dogs got into a little bit of scuffle. They're like yelling at each other, like they're really loud, weren't doing anything. One of my dogs puked on my other dog.
I hate you so much.
Like, I don't even know how that happens, but one of my dogs ended up puking. So I don't know which one what.
Defense mechanism engaged.
And then we
Projectile.
put her up in the bathroom. And I was like, all right, Lauren, I'll be right back. I'm going to take a shower because Pelican was on his way to pick us up. And I go in the bathroom, and the dog that had puke on it was in there, and it had been in there for like a good 10 minutes. So I opened the door, I'm like, oh! I was like, oh!
This is
My-
a very bodily function podcast
And then I'm like,
so far.
yeah, I'm not going to take a shower.
He came back into the room like 1 minute later. I was like, quick shower, huh?
Like, I'm going to just go change somewhere other than the bathroom.
Awesome. I didn't know like dogs threw up on each other. I don't like you. God.
It was weird. It was the weirdest.
And it was out of nowhere too.
Yeah, the dogs, like, we were just sitting in the kitchen. Dogs just, like... It was like, what's
They
going
were
on?
so loud.
Like, it went from dead quiet. It's like, nothing. And then all of a sudden...
Nothing.
Piercing dog voice.
Piercing dog voice.
Sounded
And
like
I
a
go
human
in there,
for
and
a
they're
second.
fighting, and I'm like... I'm like, I don't want to get in there, because I don't want one of the dogs to bite me.
Just kick them. Just
I was
kick
like,
them.
hey, cut that out. I'm like, I'm just going to let them fight it out.
Have you ever yelled so much that you just puked on your opponent?
It wasn't like a bark or anything. It was
was
like
like a
an
yell.
exaggerated yawn. It was really weird.
Anyways,
And then they started puking.
you got any weird stories with your dogs?
Yeah.
I'm sure I do. Actually, I have one from today.
Wow.
So I
Dog
was
stories.
going to go return some cans with my girlfriend. She had some cans to return. I had a shit ton of cans to return from like half Christmas for the last 3 years.
Jesus.
I don't
my
take
child?
cans back ever. Generally.
General Lee.
Yeah, generally.
General Lee. You know?
But anyway, like, I put the dogs in the house. I was like, Dad, I'm putting them in here for now so they can, like, you can always stop
That's an invitation. Thumb in.
For those who can't see what we're doing right now, a pterodactyl has appeared.
And Dan is very mad at
Well, anyway, Pelican keeps doing hand signals and distracting me, and I don't know why. It's just way too distracting for my mind to handle. Anyway, put the dogs in the house so they wouldn't follow my girlfriend and I when we went to take the cans back in her truck. Dogs went around the house, went out the back door, started following us, and I was like, so you should just pull into the back, because it goes around another house in an alley and then over to our house when you drive up that alley. Mm-hmm. And drove up the alley, and these little puppies, the neighbors' puppies, they're like smaller chihuahuas than the ones we have. Chihuahuas. But there was this one that was like half the size of the other one. The other one, it was just really, really small chihuahua. And my dog's a German Shepherd husky wolf thing. And
it's a husky wolf thing, okay?
You wouldn't understand.
It's a mutt, but it has all those qualities. And I was like, yeah, I'll just put him in the kennel, because the kennel's like maybe 20 feet from that. I get out, and the little chihuahua is barking at me. My dog comes up and just like, and bites it. And it had the whole thing in its mouth, and I pulled her back, and I was like, no!
No, you can't eat the defenseless creature.
You can't eat the small thing.
That reminds me of a story. So, it was really windy.
The whole head was in the mouth.
It was really windy the other day in Myrtle Point, and my front door blew open, and my dog Edgar got out, and he's a hunting dog. He's a Catahoula Leopard Hound.
He found a chihuahua and
he
ate
found
it.
a cat in our yard. It was in our front yard, and he was chasing it, and then it didn't catch it. And the lady down the block who was like, I can't find my cat. Your dog ate my cat. And I'm like, no, he didn't. Your cat got away. He just ran into the forest. My dog didn't eat your cat. And she's like, I'm calling the animal services. And I'm like, you do that because your cat's alive. Bring my dog in the house.
Why are you kicking my dog?
You kick my dog.
Why your dog eat my cat?
Why you kick my dog?
And then she's
your dog come into my yard and eat my cat.
And then
You coming?
she's like, I'm calling the people Monday. And then
It's like, go ahead.
Go
Your cat's
ahead,
going to be
cat's
home
alive.
in like an hour.
cat ran away. And and then my dog Molly, who just runs away all the time because she's Great Pyrenees and is kind of, they feel like they
Own
the
everything.
place. Like the place that they live is
Everywhere.
So she was just, she
went everywhere.
went off. And I went and put shoes on, put a jacket on, grabbed the leash, and I came back out, and the lady's like, was that your dog? I'm like, yeah. And she's like, I can't find my cat. I'm gonna call. And I'm like, leave me alone.
We've already been over this. I don't give a fuck about your cat. I hope the Mexicans took it into the restaurant and cooked it for you.
That was extremely racist.
That was something about racism.
Anyways.
There's a lot of Mexican restaurants around here.
Doesn't make it any better, Dan.
There's no normal restaurants.
Yes, there is. But anyways,
What's a normal
So you're calling
restaurant?
Mexican people not normal?
That's not what I'm saying at all.
you racist bastard. Anyways.
Not racist. I have a
Okay.
color TV.
Okay. Anyways, continuing on, and I ended up getting my dog and bringing her back, but that lady now hates us.
Good for her.
'Cause-
If she hates you just for no reason other
Because our
than
dog had chased their cat in our yard.
My dog.
your dog chased my
I
cat.
found out today that I need to fortify the walls of my yard because
Why?
my dog is an escape artist.
Which one, Griffin or
Nope. Apollo.
Paulo? Oh, does he get up on the
He
thing?
can climb chain link.
Really?
It's ridiculous the lengths he will go through to get out of our yard. And this motherfucker, my little puppy, my love, he hates other people.
Yeah.
He can't stand other people. He barks at them. He will bite them if they come too close. But for some reason, he wants to leave the yard. I'm like, if you hate other people, there's no better place for you to be than behind this fence. You little dog. I guess he just wants to hop the fence so he can bite people. I don't know. Probably. He's a little chihuahua, fierce motherfucker.
I like the taste of people. That's how I see that going.
I noticed, like, he's been getting out a lot, and we covered up all the holes where he was getting out from.
And he just starts
And
climbing
then,
the fence.
Today, I was petting my dog Griffin over the fence. He's a beagle, and Apollo was jealous that he was whining, and I'm like, oh, just wait, Apollo, just wait. And as I'm petting Griffin, up the fence he goes. It's just like one paw at a time. He's like climbing a rock face. And it was ridiculous. I was like, there's no way. And he's like, whoop, he's on the other side now. And I'm like, you evil genius. Oh, why do you make my life so hard? It's terrible. I have to keep him indoors until he has to go to the bathroom.
And then you have to watch him.
No, he will leave the yard, and then, well, actually, I have to keep him in the house. I wait in the garage, maybe like mess around on my keyboard or whatever, leave the garage door open, and once he runs in the garage, because the fence is like fenced off, you can't get in the garage without crossing the fence, and for the dog. And once he comes in the garage and walks in, I'm like, okay, he's gone to the bathroom, he has to go back inside now.
That's
Yeah.
actually really kind of funny.
It's pretty stupid.
At first, with our dogs, we just had them in the backyard because we didn't think they'd escape. Molly, a big dog who thinks she owns the world,
Big dumper.
just dug a hole underneath the fence. And she's like a normal, like a small person is Molly. She's like 112 pounds,
Jeez.
and she's big and white. So she's just like
112 pounds?
yeah. And
That's a really heavy dog.
that's her normal weight. They're big dogs. They're huge. And
White.
she's yeah. And then she was like under the fence, and we're like, how are we gonna solve this problem? Because if we just put more dirt in that part of the fence, she'll just dig another hole. Like,
Gravel. No.
we ended up putting an electric fence in.
Ah.
They learned quick to avoid that, but and then
Just practice her jumping skills. Just whoa.
no, she dug back more underneath the electric fence and the real fence and got out again. So we ended up just buying this huge dog run. One of the bolts got stripped.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That really sucks.
It reminds me, I had this dog named Samson, and he was a German Shepherd St. Bernard mix. And we had this kennel for him when he slept because he was spastic. And we had to use tie-downs because he broke the door of the kennel.
Jesus.
He broke out. We had to use 2 tie-downs because one, he would just bend the metal and
my
then
God.
get out. He ended
That's
up
really funny.
he ended up running away because of an elk when we lived out in Dora. He saw an elk
That elk is mine.
and he chased that elk. But we had him on a chain lead, staked into the ground. He broke the chain and got away.
Hey.
Hey.
That was the strongest dog
Yeah.
I've ever met.
I think Apollo could be like a spy dog.
Steve, put a GoPro on him.
Climbing over the chain link,
That would be actually really funny.
hopping through like lasers. Up in the vents.
Oh my
He's
god,
like
dude,
looking
you have to
down.
put a picture of Apollo in this one.
Yeah, if you send me a
know what he
picture of
looks
Apollo,
like.
I will. I'll put it up. You know my email.
Yeah. No, I don't. Don't say it. God,
Well, my
don't say
email
it.
is. Just bleep it out.
at.
Dot.
Anyways, when I used to have my old boxer dog,
It used to fight people.
no, like actually he was like the gentlest dog I have ever
Should have got
like,
a top
met.
hat and a monocle. Be like, I'm a gentle dog.
But anyways, before we got him, he used to live with our neighbors, and they had a boxer dog too. So they're like friends, and they live like a block away from here. So anyways, one night I decided I was gonna sleep in the backyard in a tent because I just felt like doing that. And so I was out there, and he was out there with me sleeping, and then he had to go pee, so I let him out of the tent. And he didn't come back, and I was like, well, whatever, and I just like fell asleep because I figured he was just out there like sniffing whatever.
As dogs do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then I woke up in the morning, realized
Feel
the
like
fence
P. Diddy.
was open on the gate and that he had ran away. So I searched all day for him. All day. And then I come home like 8 hours later We had a phone call. He ran over to our neighbor's house that he used to live at and went and slept in their house.
Oh, seriously?
Yes.
Awesome.
That's really funny.
Yeah, Griff got out one time, and he was like running rampant across the neighborhood. And he's not a mean dog or anything. He's just goofy and really, really strange. And he ran, like, I ran around the neighborhood looking for him. I ran like 16 blocks straight before I was like out of breath and started walking. And I still looked for him. I got a call, and they were like, hey, we got him. And I went back to the house, and I found out that he had like found some Chinese woman's house. And she had the door open because she was sitting out on the porch. He just walks up to the front gate, walks in the house, and like sits on their couch. and they have a cat, and he like chases their cat around. And then the cat gets away, and he just like starts smelling all their stuff and like flopping his happy little ears everywhere. And when she brought him back, she was like, "Your dog is so funny. He's so funny. He's hilarious." And we're like, yeah, he's really weird. He's really strange. We're not sure about him. He's got some things.
That's we were during it's almost fair time here, and the fairgrounds for our county is just down the hill from where I live. So all the cow trucks have been going down there for the shows before fair, and my dog Edgar, he was sitting there.
Alan Poe?
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
And
Go on.
He was sitting there looking. He could smell the cows, but there's this little grate in my front entryway that leads to the outside for ventilation, and he was smelling the grate, and then he kept on turning his head like, I can smell
A cow.
but I can't see the cow. Smells like a cow. How are you in there? And it's like, you're a lost cause, cow.
That's great. I love when animals can't comprehend something that's like human created, you know?
Yeah.
Like cats and laser pointers. They're so like dumbfounded by it. They don't understand. My cat hit their head really hard one time because we were playing with the laser pointer, not for the cat. We were just playing. We like just got it, and we're like, "Oh, cool." We're like 7. There's a toy. Look, it's on the walls. Oh my god! The cat like bursts out of nowhere, like comes sprinting out of the kitchen, up on the couch, and like jumps at the wall and hits its face really hard, and then falls behind the couch. And we're like, "Oh god!" Oh,
The power we have.
this cat, man.
Laser pointers are the best inventions if you have a cat in your house.
It's hilarious.
I'm allergic to cats. Funny story.
Jacobs
just
are
point it
not
out the
the
door.
best invention if you have cats in your house.
Pointed out the door.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's gone.
Like one of the first times I stayed at Dan's house, he has cats.
You coughed enough to where you puked.
Yeah, it was funny.
Whoa, Dan just ruined the story.
Yeah, I was
Because it wasn't a good story. No offense.
and your fireworks story, where the whole thing was
My
like
finger got
That
singed.
wasn't a good one.
Oh no. Oh my god.
It wasn't that bad, and I know that.
Yeah, that
But
chair
it's-
is broken.
Severely.
No, my butt is broken now because it's in the chair is why.
The chair is one with your butt.
just together.
No, like, what exactly happened when like you got sick because of the cat?
No,
Like, you started...
no.
Choking,
What happened
right?
is I had inhaled cat dandruff,
Dandruff.
and I was like, and I was like, okay, I'm fine. And I kept coughing, and if I cough too much, I just throw up.
You ran outside. I remember you running upstairs, right?
Nope, I puked on my arm. I
Oh.
was like, oh god. I cleaned it up.
Oh, I didn't even know that you puked on your arm. I knew you
Pelican
puked, but I
Yeah,
didn't know
it
you
was
puked
like,
on your arm.
I was like, ugh.
Dude, that was just like at half Christmas. Dan was like trying to chug a monster because we were playing Monster Pong.
Oh,
Oh my god. He got like halfway through it and then he like coughed and he had like snot come out of his nose
his
into his
monster.
cup. And I saw it and I was like, oh! It was
Monster
nasty. And
channeled
they
out
were
of
like,
his
you gotta
nose.
drink that.
Like his.
I
nose
didn't
was a
drink it.
goddamn
We lost,
dam.
and I was just like, you know what? No.
So,
It was nasty.
No, we
It was
won.
awesome.
That was
Dude,
what happened.
that
is
game
we
of Monster
won.
Pong, it was Myrtle Point versus Coquille again, and
MP.
yeah, well, at the very end, oh no, Jacob was on the Coquille team for some reason.
Oh yeah, because there was
Someone on the Coquille
There's
team
way
wanted to play.
more Myrtle Point kids there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I was evening out.
Well, anyway, I had my partner didn't want to partake in the drinking portion of that game, so
Because your partner was...
I had to take over his part, and when it was my turn to go up, someone got a double and a single, and I was like, really?
Yeah.
3. After that, it was my turn. There was 2 cups left, and I got a double kill on both of them just because Jacob stood too close.
Yeah.
They bounced off of him.
Like, dang it! And then
You're
I
like,
drank.
oh,
I drank both of them.
awesome.
It was
Double really funny.
Kill. It was the best.
That
way
was
to
the
end that
winning,
game.
wasn't it?
That was
Yep.
for the win too.
yeah. It sucked because I was like, ugh.
We had 2 rounds of it.
I didn't
there
play
was
the
the-
second round.
Well, actually, I'm pretty sure we had more because they
Yeah.
ended up stacking both ice chests and then put the door on top of that.
Oh, the reason why I brought up those 3 that I had to do at once is because
They saw.
I had to puke really bad, and I have a problem where if you've seen my 5-pound gummy bear challenge
Oh,
video,
God.
It's on this channel. Check it out. I have a really
Annotation.
bad problem, which is I keep things down too well.
So
And
it just
so-
ends up
Kind of.
hurting.
So if I want to throw up, it's way harder for me to throw up than any regular person, and it kind of just sits there, and I'm upset stomach for a very long time. But anyway, what's up with counting?
15 minutes.
They were asking what time it is.
15 minutes left.
No, it was. It's like 51 right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or 51 minutes.
Well,
Yeah, I laid most of that evening in Dan's bed because I drank like.
Way too many.
Dude, you drink like 5 monsters within an hour.
Yeah, I drank. I at the very first.
I drank
chugged
like
one.
9
I mean,
or 10
you know,
on my
have
own.
Christmas.
Yeah, I drank a lot.
We drank way too many.
1.
Last year, for half
One.
Christmas, it was over at my house again and
God damn it.
whatnot. That's really gonna. annoy
Somebody
me.
took
Please.
1 firework out of this
Yeah.
package of like 3012. It's ridiculous.
3012.
Yeah.
3012.
Yeah, there's like 3012 in there. 42, right?
I have
Sure.
no idea. Shit, where was I going with that? I was about to
Or
say
41
something.
now.
Damn
6
it.
by 12.
6 by 12, so that's 60.
So 59.
No.
72. That's funny though.
71.
Daniel's like, no!
There was something I was gonna say. Oh yeah. Last year at half Christmas, I drank so many that I got burnt out on Monster for like a month. Like I maybe had 1 within a month afterward, and I only drank like 8 or 9 at most.
I drink a lot.
We all drink a lot. I think we're just getting to that point where it doesn't affect us as much, so we need more and more.
Yeah,
Or we can handle more and
I haven't
more.
drinking any in a while because I work the night shift, so I don't really need them to stay up. So
Yeah.
I don't really
I've
drink 'em.
started to just have the night.
No, like
Like
It was-
I've been staying up late.
I drink a lot since half Christmas too. It's
How many pink lemons do we have left?
That's it.
we have approximately 0
That's
pink
it now.
lemons.
You drank all those already?
There was only 15.
I thought there was more than that. I thought we had like a whole
I
case
don't
of
think
them.
I've
No,
ever
we didn't
had
have
a
a full
pink
case.
lemon.
We, as of tonight, we're running out of pink.
Oh dear.
Oh,
By the way,
This is the
I took
end.
a bunch of cans back, and we had
Enough
5
to get
cases.
one monster?
2 of them were pink lemonade rehabs.
Non-refundable.
Pink lemonade rehabs are not refundable.
Yeah, we already
Didn't you
knew
know that?
I never knew that.
yeah. That's
All rehabs are non-refundable. They're not carbonated.
yeah.
Oh,
Non-carbonated.
I didn't
And it
realize
says
that's
that on
what
the
it
can,
does.
too.
I didn't
Yeah.
realize non-carbonated
Well,
cans.
if you
Yeah.
read the top, Maine and Hawaii, 5 cents.
That's why
Still.
I always buy the tops off of these ones because I can't refund them.
Yeah.
Well, they still charge you the
Yeah,
deposit for whatnot in Quickie Mart, so I don't know why, just special.
I have a pink lemonade over there.
That's great. That's the second time in this week that someone has misunderstood what this beverage is based off of what's written on the front.
No, that's
Yeah.
not what I meant. I meant that I didn't know that non-carbonated
okay.
things
I told
couldn't be returned because
I
they
told-
feel like the same can.
I told
I don't
this,
understand why.
I told this chick that these were really good, and she bought it, and she drank it, and she was like, "Oh, this is weird."
There must be a hole in it.
And
Because,
she was like,
I knew these aren't carbonated.
"What's in this?" And I was like, "Pink lemonade and tea." And she was like, "Oh, it has tea in it? Oh, I don't like tea."
It's like,
And I'm like, "I didn't tell you to buy it. Why? It says tea right on the fucking front." It was awesome.
yeah.
She was like, "Here, have it." I'm like, "Yeah, I will."
She didn't even try it, or did she
no,
try
she tried
it?
it.
So she tries it, and she's like, "Huh, what is this?"
It's weird.
Did she not like it?
She didn't like it
Oh.
because it had tea in it. Because she doesn't
like-
like tea, I guess.
Because I kind of pictured it like in my mind as she's like, "Oh, this is kind of good, kind of weird though. What's in it? Oh, tea? I don't like tea. Here."
Basically, that's what I got too.
I was like, "Wow."
Bitch.
It's like, "Oh, you're over 21. I don't like people who are over 21."
Done with you. We've been friends forever, but I'm done with you.
People, like, I think it's funny when people misunderstand with stuff like that.
I didn't misunderstand it. I just
One
didn't know
time-
non-carbonated things.
I had a Uber Monster at school, which are the big monsters that come in bottles. And our old principal, Mr. Vore, he was kind of a friend of mine, but a lot of people didn't like him. And I was walking up the stairs to go to my next class, and I had this bottle in my hand, and he's at the bottom of the stairs, and he looks up at me, and I have this bottle, and I'm just marching up the stairs, having a jolly old day. And I held the cap, and it fell out of my hand, and it rolled down the stairs, and went clink, hit him in the shoe, and he looks down, and then he like slowly pans his head back up at me up at the top of the stairs, and I have this bottle, and I'm just like, took a drink, and then went back up to class. He was like, he thought it was like alcoholic, but most of the teachers do at first glance.
Mr.
Yeah,
Bridges, we had guitar class first thing in the morning, and I'd stopped by Coos Bay and picked up me, Brett, and Loren Uber Monsters because we have first period together. And Mr. Bridges is like, "What are you guys drinking?"
Drugs,
Yeah.
liquid cocaine.
It's awesome. Every time. We're like, non-alcoholic.
And Mr. D came at lunch that one
Mm-hmm.
time. Like,
He's like,
So-
he was like, "You guys know I'm still a teacher, right?" We're like, what? Oh no, it's non-alcoholic.
So, like, they make non-alcoholic beers.
yeah.
Would that be all right for you to drink in school?
Probably.
Yeah, it's not an alcoholic. He had drink alcohol.
No, I'm just wondering. Like,
I wonder.
it's still called beer. It's just non-alcoholic beer.
There's no rule.
Well, there's no rule against beer. There's rule against alcohol.
So
True, but
there you go.
I was just asking. I don't know if anybody's tried it in my school. I know people have gone to school drunk.
That happens all the
That's-
time.
yeah.
In small
Yeah.
towns.
That's America.
That's small town.
I know
America.
people.
And the
There's
rest
people
of the
getting
world, pretty
high
much.
on campus
Yeah.
all year.
Yeah.
Just like in the bus loading zone. After all the buses get there, everyone leaves. There's just a bunch of people smoking.
I saw a dude staggering, almost fall down in the lunch line at school. Person next to him was like, "I think you need to go home, man." He's like, "Why? Can you tell?" He was like, I'm pretty sure everyone can tell. You gotta go."
I was
Oh,
talking
man.
to my sociology teacher, Mr. Thomason, and he's like, "Yeah, a couple years ago, like I was walking around school, and like I see the smoke coming up from outside the window, and like he opens the door and he's like, 'What are you guys doing over there?' And he sees an apple just fly by. The guys had made a pipe out of an apple. They threw the apple."
See an apple like fly out of a door.
No fruits in school. You know the rule.
Exactly. That's amazing. Oh my god.
Yeah.
People are so desperate around here. They make
It's like-
pipes
it's like-
out of anything.
I'm thinking in my
Like, what's that, mold? We can turn that into a bomb.
Black mold,
Radioactive
definitely.
waste.
But I'm like,
Weed? I'll make a bong out of weed.
how counterproductive. It's like, does anyone have any weed?
I need to make a
use
pipe.
it to make a pipe. But I'm thinking, like, when all these people are like, it's like, you guys are gonna drop out next year anyways. Just go home.
Just go home.
Hey.
Hey. Oh my
It's like,
goodness.
most of the seniors this year, like during when they had off campus, they just go to their houses, and it was just like everyone knew that they came back blazed. No, yeah, dude. How you doing?
Oh my god, they get they get teased for it too. Everyone knows, and they'll be like, "You need some eye drops, man? Guys, you irritated?" They're like, "Shut up, shut up." It's great. So many people just like get kicked out of school for stupid things now. Especially around here.
Well, anyways, I'm out of stories, so I don't know about you guys, but
What time is it? Time is
1047.
Well, do you guys have any stories?
I don't have any more 4th of July stories. Or
No.
dog
Did
stories.
we hardly talked about the 4th of July.
No, we
So
did
the
it at
4th of
beginning.
July is tomorrow. There was
Oh.
one thing that I wanted to do,
Loren's tongue, yes.
but I don't have Xbox right now. So I wanted to play through Assassin's Creed 3.
Oh.
I thought you were gonna
why not?
bring up the relevant thing about. Anyway, there's this update
It is
in
relevant.
Grand Theft Auto 5.
Oh, I actually haven't played that
the
yet.
Independence Day
Amazing.
update, and there's this new gun that does the fireworks, and then there's the fireworks that just are fireworks.
Yeah,
And
That's
you
awesome.
can set them to
You can set them up
timers.
for
and stuff.
fireworks shows, and yeah, it's pretty cool. They added new masks, they added new clothes, pants.
I don't know about gestures, haven't checked that yet.
Probably.
I hope
I
so.
feel like every time I log on and there's
Yeah.
an update, there's like 12 new updates
Yeah.
for gestures.
But the new...
Is
they
that
added...
in there?
They added,
It should be.
I hope so.
Probably
That'd be
is.
awesome.
they added a musket.
Oh,
And
they
the other
did?
gun. Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's one
Do you have to load it? Like,
Yes, you do.
That's
You do.
awesome.
It's in the shotgun class for some reason.
I really wanna use that.
Because I
No,
thought
that
it'd be
makes
in,
sense.
I figured it'd be in like the
Rifle.
sniper class, but no.
Oh, I thought rifle.
Do they have like the like 1700s garbs and stuff like to wear around
Muskets.
with the muskets?
I'd assume.
No.
I'd assume I haven't played it yet. For the clothes anyway. I'd assume they have like a Patriot suit,
They have multiple Patriot suits.
top hat,
Multiple top hats.
American top hat.
Yeah.
It's like
I actually want to get on that tonight just so I can.
I want to get
Probably
on that
a-
tonight.
Bow, chicken bow. That's for after the podcast.
they probably have like a God hates flags shirt, maybe.
No. But anyways, and they have 2 new vehicles. They have one that's like a monster truck. It's like
Yeah, I saw that.
700,000.
Marco.
Oh, that's exactly.
right.
how
And
much
then
I
they have
And this is all
and
limited
then they have
time,
a chopper that's American flag color.
Right? They all this is all limited stuff, right?
I do not know. It doesn't say limited like it did with the Valentine's Day
Okay.
one, so I don't think it is.
Huh.
Well, yeah, I
think,
wanna do that
I think
one.
they might have heard their fans on that one because there was a lot of people who were mad that like
The
they
Valentine's
didn't
Day
have enough
stuff.
time to get the car, the
Yeah.
Roosevelt.
Yeah, I really liked the Roosevelt, but I didn't have enough money to get it.
Yeah, I
I
probably
did.
would have driven it around, so I'm kind of glad that somebody in our group got it.
Yeah, I really like the car.
I like the Roosevelt because that's like the style of vehicle I like. I like 30s or 20s cars, even though 20s
Which is it?
like
No.
a stick. A stick. A T model is 1800s or not 1800s, but 1918 or 14, one of those.
It was somewhere.
It was
around
either the
there.
beginning or the end of World War One.
It was before.
100-year anniversary. By the way, 100-year anniversary World War One. Has anyone bought Valiant Hearts yet?
Nope.
No, damn it! I should get on that.
If
too.
anyone who's
I like
listening
that.
has bought it, you should tell me if I should get it. And
Yeah, leave it in the comments.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
because I might.
Yeah, we might.
Yeah.
We might listen.
My
to
money is up to you.
Up.
It's in your hands,
Well,
commenters.
it's not
For
metaphorically in your hands. It's
But not really, it
Not
doesn't-
literally in your hands.
All right. Well, farewell and adieu to
You
you,
Spanish ladies.
African Americans.
America. Well, happy America Day. That's going to be passed after this.
Does anybody know
But-
how old America is now? I
Yeah.
don't even know.
It's all.
It's-
1 second. It's
How made you do math?
200.
no. It's not about math. It's about when you consider America actually a country. At what point do you consider it a country? Because
Signing of the Declaration of Independence.
that would be 1776. But we were also still at war with the British
Yeah.
for a
but we'd
while
claimed-
after that.
We claimed our independence. What? So you're talking about the War of 1812 still being because that was a war with England because they were trying to get America back.
Well,
But when was the end of the Revolutionary War?
Don't know.
not yet.
Not yet. It's
Not
still
over
not
yet.
over.
All right.
Not over. All right.
God.
Well, see you guys next week.
All right,
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah, thank you
Enjoy
for
your
listening.
Chinese food.
I will.
Johnny Fool.
Bye.
Okay.